A diplomatic showdown looms between the US and Colombia as tensions rise over the Trump administration's aggressive deportation policies. What began as a standard operation to send deported migrants back to their home countries has now escalated into a full-blown standoff, with Colombia emerging as an unlikely flashpoint in the heated debate over US immigration enforcement. In a move that has reverberated through diplomatic corridors, Colombia became the first country to push back against the US operation. The standoff began when US military flights carrying deported Colombian migrants were turned away. Colombian President Gustavo Petro made it clear that his country would not tolerate the treatment of its citizens as criminals. Petro's refusal was not just symbolic, it marked a clear defiance against the Trump administration's hardline immigration stance. Colombia will not accept US military flights carrying deported citizens, President Petro announced on Sunday via a post on social media platform X. The US cannot treat Colombian migrants as criminals, he added, confirming that military flights would be barred, although civilian flights could be allowed in under specific conditions. The decision sparked an immediate diplomatic clash, signaling a deepening rift that could affect US-Colombian relations for years to come. In a rare move of public retaliation, President Donald Trump lashed out at Petro's government through his social media post.
I was just informed that 2 repatriation flights from the United States, with a large number of illegal criminals, were not allowed to land in Colombia. This order was given by Colombia's socialist president, Gustavo Petro, who is already very unpopular amongst his people. Petro's denial of these flights has jeopardized the national security and public safety of the United States, so I have directed my administration to immediately take the urgent and decisive retaliatory measures.
In retaliation, he outlined a series of punitive measures, including a 25% tariff on all goods coming into the US from Colombia, which would rise to 50% within a week. Further sanctions were imposed on Colombian government officials, their families and supporters, while enhanced border inspections would be applied to all Colombian nationals and cargo entering the US. Trump also announced that US financial sanctions, including measures under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, would be fully enforced. After Trump's announcement, Colombia imposes retaliatory tariffs on goods from the United States. President Gustavo Petro called for replacing American products with domestic ones, while announcing in a post on X that he had ordered the foreign trade minister to raise import tariffs from the US by 25%. However, as per the latest reports, the White House claimed a decisive victory in its standoff with Colombia over accepting deported migrants. In a late Sunday statement, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt announced the government of Colombia has agreed to all of President Trump's terms, including the unrestricted acceptance of all illegal aliens from Colombia returned from the United States, including on US military aircraft, without limitation or delay. The agreement signals a dramatic turnaround, ending a high-stakes diplomatic clash that had sent ripples through international relations.